Oh man, hey, you match us both. Good time game today.
Yeah,
Thank
fit
you.
right into it.
Oh yes, absolutely. Hey, thank you all for joining us for KARE 11 News at noon. Things are drying up outside, and we'll get into that in just a moment. But we're also following a pretty violent night in Minneapolis. CC, you've got that covered.
Yeah, that's right. We're looking into what happened when gunfire broke out, hitting several people, and where the investigation stands right now.
We'll definitely be looking into that. But first, let's have a look at the weather. I'm not mad at this.
Yeah, nice day. Finally, for a change of pace, right? We are going to see more sunshine than clouds over the next probably week or so. We are going to be entering a mostly dry weather pattern. Little to no rain is in the forecast. That should take us through the weekend. Now, a few parts of the state might see a spotty shower or two later this afternoon, but we're basking in the sunshine for now, and temperatures are pretty comfortable. Most of us basking in the sun are in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. La Crosse is at 80 degrees, Rochester 76. Still a little cooler further north. International Falls at 66, and temperatures will actually continue to cool as we head into Wednesday before we warm back up into the 80s towards the end of the week. Here's a live look outside. We're seeing some fair weather puffy cumulus clouds mixing in with some sunshine, so a little cloud sun mix as we head into the middle part of the day. But again, we should stay mostly rain free. Here's your hour by hour forecast. Temperatures rising into the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. That's about as warm as it gets over the next few days. One thing you're also noticing, a big drop in humidity, especially compared to the last several days. Again, a spotty shower is possible, but not necessarily likely, and that'll take us into a mostly dry work week ahead. We'll have a closer look at when things might change, when we could see rain back in the forecast just ahead. Alexis.
Ben, thank you. One person has died and 5 others are hurt today following a shooting that broke out in Minneapolis just 12 hours ago. And Cece, we've been covering this story throughout the morning. What do we know now?
Yeah, actually, MPD reached out to our newsroom just not too long ago. About an hour and a half ago, Minneapolis police gave us an update. They told us this all started just before midnight. Officers responding to a shooting with multiple victims on Franklin Avenue near a small encampment. Officers tell us 6 people were injured in the incident. One of them, a woman, was taken to Hennepin Health Care, where she later died. Of the other 5, one of them had serious injuries. 4 others were also hurt, but not as badly. At the scene, more crews were requested to help with an unruly crowd of more than 20 people. Eventually, officers did secure the scene, disperse the crowd, help the wounded, and canvass the area. They also found a gun. This afternoon, investigators are working to figure out what led up to the shooting. A man was arrested for obstruction and unrelated warrants, but anyone with information about what happened is encouraged to call Crime Stoppers.
Cece, thank you. We also have new details related to a shooting in northeast Minneapolis. We brought you the first details yesterday. Minneapolis police tell us 1 man is dead and 2 people are in the hospital. The shooting happened behind the Holy Land restaurant Sunday night. Investigators say it started as a fight, but did not say if the victims were involved. So far, they have arrested 2 women. Now to the latest on the assassination attempt of former President Trump. We're learning new details about the shooter and his potential motive behind his actions. Sources say investigators searched his phone, his room, and talked to people he knew, but did not find evidence of a political or ideological motive. 2 people who are seriously hurt in the shooting are expected to be okay. Former President Trump, who was shot in the ear, is expected to recover without surgery. 1 person was killed, as well as the shooter, who neighbors say they're still trying to comprehend what happened.
I was shocked because knowing that he lived so close to me, that he did something like that, it's shocking.
Today, we also know local police were in the same building the shooter was on top of. Authorities say the gunman, the Secret Service, and a Butler Township police officer all fired weapons at the rally. The Republican ticket for the race for president appears to now be set. Day 1 of the Republican National Convention wrapped up with the official nomination of former President Trump, who also announced his running mate. NBC's Bree Jackson brings us the latest from inside the convention center in Milwaukee.
Last night, on the first night of the Republican convention, former President Trump was officially declared the Republican presidential nominee for 2024 after a roll call vote. The former president made a surprise visit, and he joined his newly announced running mate, U.S. Senator J.D. Vance. The 39-year-old says he's bringing loyalty to the GOP ticket. He was a Trump critic back in 2016, but he has now become one of Trump's biggest allies. Meanwhile, convention events do continue here in Milwaukee today. Each day there is a different focus. Today we are expecting it to be on immigration and law enforcement. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is expected to be one of the main speakers. And on Thursday, Trump is set to formally accept the GOP nomination. In Milwaukee, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Bree, thank you. This afternoon, the family and friends of Danica Bergson, who was murdered in her Hopkins home last summer, now have some answers. Here's what we learned.
I'm Lou Raguse. An abusive boyfriend is now admitted to murdering the woman he was ordered by a judge to stay away from. 40-year-old Matthew Brenneman pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in the death of Danica Bergson. The Hennepin County Attorney's Office was pursuing first-degree murder, but the case was weakened when the medical examiner could not determine Danica's cause of death. The plea deal calls for nearly 24 years in prison. Brenneman killed her just days after being released from jail with a restraining order.
Well, 11 people could soon face charges after protesting outside United Healthcare's offices in Minnetonka. The People's Action Institute says more than 150 healthcare advocates were protesting what they call a systemic practice of refusing to authorize or pay for care. Minnetonka police say the 11 arrested yesterday were blocking the street outside of the health insurance giant's HQ. In less than an hour, the Minneapolis City Council will vote on a resolution to support park workers who are currently on strike. Now, it comes as some storm damage remains untouched across the metro. The 300 Minneapolis Parks employees on strike includes the vast majority of the city's arborists. While public works employees deal with trees that are blocking roads, the arborists handle trees on the city's boulevards and parks. Of the 133 tree-related calls since Sunday, the park board says 49 service requests have been completed.
I miss this. I love my job and want to get back to work. I volunteered to be on the bargaining committee because I know the value of our work and what it provides.
If passed, today's resolution would urge the park board to continue negotiations to reach a fair contract and end the strike. Well, take a look at these new pictures sent to us from Monticello. During the storm this past weekend, some homes were hit with golf ball and baseball sized hail. You can see it right there. Homes were damaged in that area. So if you're looking for a professional to get it fixed, here's some tips.
I'm Morgan Wolf. After the severe weather over the weekend, we're seeing a lot of reports of downed trees, issues with power lines, and particularly an area that was hit hard with hail, Monticello, St. Michael, and Albertville. Now, something that you might not see right away, damage to your roof. That's why a lot of roofing companies are encouraging people to just be vigilant with the companies that you go with to get any repairs done. Make sure that you are checking that they are preferably local, have reputable recommendations and reviews possibly online. And they say some of the best ways to avoid any potential bad companies is to get a referral from a friend or neighbor.
Minutes from now, the federal building in Minneapolis will have a new name. It will be called the Paul D. Wellstone Federal Building. It's in honor of the late senator who died in a plane crash back in 2002. Wellstone's wife, daughter, and 5 others were also killed. The dedication ceremony is at 1 p.m. Well, there's new data out within the past couple of hours showing U.S. spending has surprisingly held steady over the last month. Economists had anticipated retail spending would drop, but that didn't happen. In fact, it stayed steady since the beginning of the year. Online spending and shopping at home improvement stores actually jumped from May to June. Consumer spending makes up 2/3 of the economy.
Well, Amazon Prime Day is finally here. The sales kicked off at midnight and continue through tomorrow, but some sales will come and go. Let's take a look at some of the deals happening now. Behind me, here's a live look at Amazon.com. You can see a lot of deals actually right now, a lot of electronics, headphones. Even if you're going back to college, you can get some of those deals. They have a temporary tab to go through the sale items. According to Amazon, customers saved nearly $24 billion overall last year. That's just from deals and also coupons. Well, lots of other businesses are also holding their sale days around the same time. And if you're looking for some good tech deals, Best Buy's Black Friday in July sale is live right now. Best Buy says it's their biggest sale of the summer. Shoppers can find all the deals online and in stores through tomorrow. A lot of